Okay, what's up, good people? Welcome back to our YouTube channel.
Tonight we have a bit of a story time to tell y'all. We've probably been gone for a little bit. Hopefully it wasn't too long. But we can get into the video. But first of all, we have good news.
We have good news and bad news. But first, we're gonna start with the good news. By the next story time, it will be kind of emotional and happy moments. So just bear with us for tonight. Don't mind about my voice.
If you can hear at all.
I hope you all can hear me for now.
Alright, so
Here's my water somewhere.
I don't know how we started the other one.
Okay guys, so we have a good news, but I'm gonna let the man of the house bring out the good news. Good news.
Oh, we are pregnant.
We're pregnant. We are expecting a bundle of joy. Yeah, but before we get to knowing that we were expecting, guys, I'm sorry, women should understand.
I cannot.
Before we knew that, or before I knew, because I'm the one who discovered first that I was pregnant, I think
I was actually shocked when I got the news, but
it was shocked. But this is how the story began. I had my foot swelling. Of course, I've never been pregnant before. I've never done an abortion. I've never, speaking anything to do with pregnancy, I've never. Even though I've been learning right from primary, high school, I did in college, you understand? Like signs and symptoms of pregnancy. But guys, I never knew that I was pregnant because I don't know. So how I found out I was pregnant, my foot used to swell. But now I've been having this problem of my foot swelling because I've been on my knees.
on your knees.
On my knee, on my feet.
She's been on her feet.
Because of the job that I do. So it's always being on your feet every now and then. So at some point I decided to go for a checkup by the doctor. So when I went, I explained to the doctor the situation, and the doctor was like, oh, maybe the first doctor I went to, I was just going in as a walk-in patient or client.
Which I didn't believe at first, because I was like, nah man, you.
He didn't believe that I was
Yeah.
just walking, because it's one of my coworkers who were like, well, sometimes you might take for granted that your foot is swelling, but you don't know, maybe something to do with blood. So I say maybe it might be, because I have a wound in my foot, so sometimes it might be that one causing it. Because I wouldn't even know that I was pregnant, because I used to be this jumpy, like I'm overexcited, So when I went, and the doctor was like, so we have to run through tests to see what's happening with your body. Maybe it's a blood, because again, I just finished my period not so long ago, so I couldn't get a clue that I was pregnant. So when I did the first test, I ran away. I didn't do all the tests because the second test was taking time. So I only did the easiest one, which was to test my pee. To test my pee. So when they took the pee, I said I was going to come the next day for the other test. So the next day, the following day, I got a call from the doctor. And the doctor was like, you need to come. And I'm like, what's happening? The doctor said, you need to come. You have an infection.
I think at this time, I was waiting on a counseling session at the school. And I was like, why Sharon up, up by the doctor or whatever. And I expect her to be here at the school so that we could do this session. But anyways, whatever.
So when I went, the doctor said, we just noticed you have some infections, which was the urinary UTI, urinary tract infection. So the doctor said that prescribed some medication for me over there. But before I paid for this medication, I bumped into with my doctor, because when I went, I was just a walk-in patient, so it was just any person that was there, I was to see them. But now, in the process of me paying for my medication, I saw my doctor, and my doctor was like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" And I'm like, doc, I had this problem, and and this what, and the doctor said, "Oh." So the doctor took my file, because being that she's my doctor, so she have to get the file. So I say, I came here yesterday, and I was just walking by, because this one had been happening to me and I didn't know, so I was just coming to see what's wrong with my foot. And the doctor asked me, how many tests did you do? I only say one, because I wasn't prepared. I was just coming in for a quick thing, because I didn't even ask for permission at my job by then. So, and the doctor said, okay, are you ready to do a second test? I said, why not? And the doctor said, before you pay for the other test, let me see the second test, so we can get the full thing that is happening, since they didn't taste my blood from the previous. Because they say sometimes swellings can be caused because we can come through the blood, something, if you have the problem with the blood clot or blood flowing, something like that. And when the doctor tastes, and I had to wait for like about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and the result came out, and in the middle we were just storing with the nurse, and and the nurse had put the result in front of me, and for me, I'm expecting to know what's going on with my foot. So my doctor said the medication that was prescribed before, we have to cancel it. I have to prescribe a new medication for you.
Why?
So I was like, why? And she quickly grabbed the paper. She thought that I had seen what was on the paper. So she asked me, did you see it? I say, no. Wow, why are you hiding? And she say, you didn't see something like positive? I'm like, what positive? Say, no, my mind is not there. I'm still focusing on my foot. And she say, you pregnant? And I was like, what? And she smiled, and I'm like, what? I was like shocked, because I didn't expect it. I came here like my foot was swollen, and and I said, okay. So she asked me if I was gonna keep the pregnancy. So I say, sure, but since this one is a shock to me, I have to share it with my fiance. So she say, oh well, okay, go ahead and talk to your fiance and let me know what you all agree. And I went back to my job with a shock, because I still didn't believe that I'm pregnant, because I was jumpy, I was jovial, and I was eating it. I could eat a whole box of pizza.
She was eating
I was eating it. My body was changing, like I didn't even notice, because I used to be fat before when I was
I was saying, wow, like you're gaining weight. Up to today, I delete the picture of your legs.
Yeah, I remember
like,
at some point.
So fat. I was like, what?
At some point, my mother and my fiance was saying, what? Sharon is eating. At some point, the mother will cook, and I'll just come in the kitchen and eat a whole pot. Forget that I'm living with people in the house, At work, one time I sent my cook a box of pizza. Remember, I never shared my pizza. I ate the pizza, took my nap, get up, ate the pizza without sharing it. And my coworkers were like, it seems like you're pregnant. But it was like, even them, they couldn't know that I was pregnant, but they were just saying it out of the blue moon. But nobody had the clue. I didn't have the clue either, because, you're always jumping, you're always running, So when I came to work, I think because of the shock, I sent the message via the phone to my fiancé. I sent it to him and telling him that, I am pregnant. I don't know what was his reaction.
Well, my reaction was, I was my mom. And I was watching the phone and I'm like, shocked before it. I was like shocked before it. And I showed my mom, and my mom was like, what happened to man? And I'm like, mommy, Sharon pregnant. She watched me, she's like, and I'm like, bro, should we keep it? Should we like get rid of it? Should what like I was not ready to hear that kind of stuff because I still have well had and have goals in mind, and some things I wanted to get done before getting a baby or having a child of my own. Same thing. So I gotta let Sharon continue her side of the story. Go ahead.
Yeah. So now, when I told him, I think we didn't really talk there.
Yeah, I had mixed emotions.
He had a mixed emotion until the point I came home. When I came home, so I had to explain what happened, and he kind of was believing, he wasn't believing me. And I think the next day we had problems because, we didn't plan for it. We wasn't ready for it because we had something to achieve this year. Like, you have your wedding coming up and, and the baby on the way come now. That's decide everything. And, it was kind of mixed reaction. So it was like, he wasn't ready, but I was ready for my child. So he was a little bit depressed, frustrated, because, he didn't expect it to. Just don't take it in a bad way. You guys, I know you're going to judge, but not judging.
It's okay for judging. I mean, everybody have their way of dealing with certain situations, and if you're not ready for something, you're not ready. Right? So I had to get ready. So I ended up calling my dad and talking to him about it, and he's like, you know how a man would be. My father was like, what? Congrats, or whatever. And he was like, I was like, but daddy, you sound happy, but I'm not ready. And he's like, well, you better get ready.
It's happy because you're getting a grandchild,
My father is happy about this, and I'm like stressing my brains out, and I'm like, number one, we're not married yet.
Our wedding was
not ready. Yeah. I just wasn't ready yet. And we still have some differences to work out, but that's minor. And I just wasn't ready. I have mixed emotions. A lot of things were going through my head.
You were like it went like that, like a week, to a point where I thought of aborting the child. I think I went to my doctor twice. I told her, I'm going through a lot. It seems like my fiance is not ready for this child. Because I was also tired of seeing him frustrated. Because when a man is frustrated, it is. At some point I didn't tell you. I don't think I told you when I went to my doctor the first time. I went to the doctor. I told the doctor, I'm kind of going through a lot right now. Kind of the pregnancy came when both of us were not prepared. And I feel like taking it out because I don't want to go through stress. My doctor was so smart, and my doctor is a good person, congrats Dr. Brody. She told me the pregnancy is still early, and she says she will never. First she told me the advantages and disadvantages of aborting the child. Mostly she was focusing on the disadvantages of aborting the child. You understand? She even went ahead encouraging me. You understand? Then again she said, I'm going to give you time because it's still early. So go and think about it. Or you can even come with your fiancé then. But I will never take a risk of aborting the child minus the father. Because me and you are together, right? And I went, and again I went for the second time. She still refused. because I went again when you are not there. She still refused. So now I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna keep it. Let whatever happen. So we have this belief that every child comes with their own plates. You understand? So I'm like, even if it's gonna take me time to raise my child on my own as a single mother, I will. I was raised by a single mom. It was the three of us.
Yeah, but not everybody can handle it.
So I was like, man, I'm gonna do it. I always decide. I already settled that one in my mind, you know, because like I am ready for it. Me and my fiancé had some differences, you know. Every day is like, plus the mother was
like
not.
basically talk a while.
The mother was not in agreement with it. She was still, you know. But we sorted that one out, and you know, it was like, okay, as time goes by, you know,
it had to grow. It had to grow.
Especially for me, I was comfortable now. I had overcome it.
I had to grow into understanding. Okay,
yeah, it's a pregnancy. The baby come. I have to accept.
It's time to make up your mind to work hard and do what you're supposed to do. But you see, Sharon was all jollified. I looking at the risk of pregnancy and what could happen in the process and all of that stuff. And you can tell them about the process of what had happened. So, you know, it's just a lot. It was a lot. I would say it was a lot. And I know I still have more to go through. Because it's still in the first trimester, almost about to finish. But I think it should be done by now.
Done.
But
long time, we done long time. Long time. So
go ahead.
So now when I went for my third ultrasound,
I think I was at that one. That's the first one I come to.
You was with me. The first ultrasound you came.
The second? I wasn't there for the first.
Oh, the second one. Yeah, the second one when you
I
came
wasn't
with
there
me.
for the first ultrasound.
So you accompanied me. But
I was uncomfortable.
You was uncomfortable.
And then she's spitting. Yo! That need to be a topic of its own. Okay, I wasn't accustomed to the spitting. I thought she was willful.
So, there's a topic on it.
I mean...
So now, when you had the ultrasound, of course, you saw the baby and you hear the baby acting, and I think that's when now you started to accept, like, you know, truly the pregnancy, child is coming. You understand, and you were like, whoa, you are happy. From there, I think it started to, I don't know how to say, connect. And now, come Monday, because I went for my ultrasound on a weekend, and on Monday I was to go by for the result on my own. So when I went, he wasn't there. And I get a message that I had an ovarian cyst. And when I get that message, I was like, I've never heard about it before. I never knew about it before. I know about ovaries, but I don't know about the cyst. So the doctor was like, this was on the 23rd of March. Then she was like, you have a cyst, but the cyst is growing so big, and the cyst is on your left ovary. So I'll have to put you on a bed rest. And I'm like, bed rest for how long? For 2 weeks. So this bed rest for 2 weeks was to see if the cyst was going to
if it would
go down,
shrink,
right? So I was like, okay. At first I didn't have any pain, so I tell my husband and my fiancé, oh, don't mind about the name. So he was like, yeah, you just have to do what the doctor said. You'll have to stay home to see for your safetyness because you're pregnant and the cyst is there. You know, at this point I wasn't having any pain, I was just, I was just Sharonish. And now I stayed home for about 2 weeks, for the 2 weeks. Went back to the doctor, and the doctor said, oh, the cyst is now getting bigger. It's now getting bigger. I have to increase more days for you. So my extension came from the 6th to the 14th. And now from the 14th now, from the 6th, the 7th, the 7th. Now I started getting more pain.
I think it was the hormones feeding the cyst. Because she was fine up until when the doctor put her on more bed rest. And I feel like because she knew it was there, she started to worry more, and then she not walking, and then everything just started to pile on, and it's like it get worse and worse.
I'm someone who don't like to sit. Even if it is 2 days, I don't feel like I'm lazy.
Yeah.
I'm always like on the go. I'm like 2 weeks I'm home, another week, another 2 weeks again. No man. So I think I started becoming more worried. I started to be stressed out. So at some point I had to run away to go for work, to go and work without. But the first one you knew, right? But that was just light. The second day, because of depression, I didn't want to let depression take me over, take chance or take me away. I ran away. I went again to work. I sneaked. Of course, my fiancé was very upset.
Of course, because doctor said
you're supposed to be on a rest. You're supposed to be home.
And remember, they seeing what we not understanding.
Yeah, I'm in pain. When he's not seeing again. I understand. You're depressed. You feel like it's just like, because the more the doctor was putting, because the doctor was like, okay, the cyst, at the first beginning the doctor was like, I want to see if the cyst will go down, will shrink. But it didn't shrink. So the second thing, the doctor was like, she had want to transfer me to a different state for the drainage. But at the same time, she was saying, being that I'm pregnant, there's more
of
a risk for miscarriage, and again for me if I drain it. So I think from there I was more worried, and now the pain became overbearing.
Because now she worrying.
Now I'm worrying, and you have a baby inside your stomach. You not
it
eating.
It is not your stomach, your abdomen.
Your abdomen. Oh Jesus Christ! Science.
The
uterus. So no, I have two people controlling me. The cyst controlling me, the baby controlling me. Because again, when I was still in my fast, in your fast you have more. It's like hormones trying to adjust, because your body is not used to. It's like your body is trying to get accustomed to something, right? Like sometimes you eating, morning sickness, vomiting, you want this, you don't want this, you're sick, you have headache, So it's like I had so many things controlling me. So at this time, listen, it was pain that, when the pain hit you, this one was more. I cannot talk about the labor pain because I've never been there. I can only talk about the period pain. This one was more than the period pain. My fiancé can explain about it.
But I think that's the most pain I ever see her in. I know she used to fake a lot, right? Sharon used to fake a lot, but that day, you could tell when she not faking. And Sharon was doing doggy style, cartwheel, kind of thing. I'm like, Lord, I trying to rub her stomach. It was just a lot for me, and I lose a lot of sleep. For what? It was 2 weeks?
Like 2 weeks, my fiancé wasn't sleeping at night. During the day, especially when he's off.
And I had to walk at the same time. It's like,
when he's off, sometimes like 5 minutes I'm okay, 5 minutes I'm crying, and it's like, you crying or you just willful crying?
Yeah, I'm like, is it like really? You were just okay.
At some time I felt like he's not understanding me. At some point I even started to hate myself, because I am going through a lot. And my fiancé will come with paracetamol, because the doctor was saying when the pain hit,
only
paracetamol. And you're taking paracetamol after every 4 hours, but the cyst is still growing. So at some point I say, you know what, So it was at night, I couldn't sleep. Listen, like you sleep with one side 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes to this side, you can't sleep leaning forward. My fiance will rub my stomach, rub my back, rub my waist. To a point he was even losing control. He like, I have to go work in the morning. All 2, 3 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, he's still up trying to. I'm like, babe, just.
They were rough. They were rough.
Just rub it for me. Just please. I was crying.
They were rough.
Crying like a child.
It was rough.
And now you're not eating because now it's like it's controlling you, like you have no appetite. So this particular moment I decided to, I still called my doctor, and my doctor still was telling me, it's impossible for the, even though the only way you can be helped is draining the cyst, but if we drain the cyst, you still have a risk. So all that I was getting was the risk of miscarriage. To a point I was like, doctor, this pain, I am the one who knows what I'm undergoing through. I don't like pain. Sometimes I'm strong, but sometimes even the strongest needs support though. I went and told the doctor, even if it is taking out this child out of my womb, I know before the Lord I'm gonna be doing a wrong thing, but doctor, I just want everything out of my stomach, because it's like this is the abdomen and the child. But my doctor was scared of me having miscarriage. At the same time, I know she was scared of me having complications at the same time. But again, when you check on the internet, the cyst kills if it's not treated. Because remember, for me now, mine was getting bigger, and I'm only on Panadol. Panadol only reduces the pain, will not make the cyst to go down. I lost weight. I couldn't walk long distance, cannot sit for long, cannot stand, cannot sleep, cannot eat. My fiancé is an eyewitness, can tell you.
It was rough.
So this time now, I remember getting up on a Wednesday. I said to my fiancé, I ain't going back to my doctor, even though she said she's gonna refer me to a different hospital. I am going to ER. I sent you a message. You still have the text. I say, babe, I am going in the hospital as an emergency, and I already, even if he wasn't going to drop me, I was going to get a ride. And I tell him, babe, I going.
Well, no, well, I want to drop you because you're in pain. I've been watching it for how long? So, and we both been communicating with the doctor, and
he used to call my doctor most of the
we
time.
getting no leeway. So I was like, okay, here what? Go bathe the skin. Cause we were going without bathing. That's how serious it was.
I dress up, I sit down with it. I say, I going.
I said, no man, they got paid because you don't know what the doctor was going to check. So she went in the shower, wipe off and stuff. And then, in the car, headed to the hospital. And at this point, when she done shower, I could actually see this thing bulging.
On
so you know it was swollen. I was like, okay, yeah, hospital time. So
I went to the hospital.
We called her best friend. Don't forget that part. We called her best friend and let her know that
big up.
We were headed to the hospital and we need her to be there. One thing, she's always
there. That's
always
my base. I just thank God for bringing her into my life.
Always there.
No
We
matter.
call her now, she coming.
She will leave everything that she's doing.
She's coming.
She's coming.
So.
And she came.
She came. And we were there at the hospital for a while. Actually, yeah, she went to a spot and then I picked her up at the spot and then we went to the hospital. And we were there for how long, buddy?
You left there at the hospital around 12 o'clock, 12 a.m. We left here 5 p.m.
We leave the house at 5. I had to go work the next morning, so I had to leave at least by 12 to get back for 7. I don't even know how I get to wake up and come back, but I was back.
So when we went to the hospital, when you go to the hospital with these days, the first thing they do, they check your blood pressure, they check everything. Them doctors never check that because remember this girl could not stand at all. I couldn't stand. It was like you carry me with a wheelchair.
So we went in, we signed up the stuff. You know, I tell them she have a ovarian cyst and whatever. And I don't even remember exactly what happened, but I know we signed up the stuff.
We just signed up, and the first place I was in the emergency room. They
I
gave
don't
me a
even
drip.
know. Were you in a wheelchair to get over there, or you walked?
No, you carry me on a wheelchair. Remember when you
Oh, yes.
in a wheelchair?
Yes.
And they say you carry me to the
And then I think she had to
emergency
pee in a
room.
cup thingy.
I
She peed in the
really
cup
pee.
thing, and then we went over to, I think it was observation.
Observation.
And she laid in a bed there until God knows when, because I had to go to work.
The first thing they did, they gave me a drip, because you could see my body was
for pain.
weak.
I think that was Panadol by the drip.
They gave me 3 drips. My fancy was there, never ate, I never eat either. So after they gave me the drip, they gave me some Panadol, they gave me some injections. Listen, 3 injections. After a while, I felt better. I sent my fiancé for some food for rice, and I ate. Now the pain had gone.
And at this time, remember, she is still pregnant, guys.
I'm still pregnant, so I asked the doctor, so what? No, I think he asked the doctor if I was going to be admitted, because he said it's best for me to be admitted.
Yeah, I would have preferred it, because at home is just too much pain and I need to sleep too off, and
you wasn't sleeping. And this time the doctor say, man, you don't think if this one is going to be for an admission, so let's see what happens. So my fiancé stayed there. So the doctor say, for now they're gonna monitor me, and I will do another ultrasound, then they see what's happening. Then from there they will discharge me. So around 11 o'clock, my fiancé was still there, and I'm like, babe, you can just go home, you can always drive, then in case of anything, I'll call you and you can always come and pick me up. But my fiancé was like, no, I still want to know what's going on. I insisted. And then you left, because they say the person for the ultrasound was supposed to come, but she was running late. So she came like around 1 a.m. morning.
I working for 7, come on.
My fiancé working for 7, so my fiancé had to leave there. But my friend had already left for 10, because she was also working the next day. So my fiancé went, and around 1 o'clock, they checked me.
Yeah, I went out.
And when they did the ultrasound, the lady say, what? Your cyst is big and is 8 centimeters.
Yeah.
So they carried me back to the ward, to
Admission.
the emergency room.
Yeah, admitted her.
They didn't tell me his admission yet.
Mm.
So when I was there, I see the doctor come again with the 4th drip and another injection. I said, well, because I didn't get 3 injections while he was still there. And I get another injection. And few minutes later, I see the doctor coming with a gown, hospital gown, and saying, ma'am, with your condition now, we ain't going to let you go home. We have to admit you. And I'm like, okay.
Which is what I wanted. Which is what I wanted.
So I message my fiancé, and I tell my fiancé, babe, I am going to be admitted. So immediately they changed me. Now they put me to a room, ladies' room. So in this room now was
an OB.
OB. The next day was on a Thursday. And there was a doctor called Dr. McIntosh, was coming to see me. Through all those nights, because of my condition, every hour the doctors were coming to check, are you okay, are you okay, are you okay, are you okay, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, like I never slept. It was like every minute they were coming to see if I was okay. But even after I was given medication, I was better, because at home it was only paracetamol. But now the hospital, at least they had this pain reliever, the drip, the paracetamol.
Yeah, they have one thing I must say, that for the year 2023, they have really good pain management.
Yeah. So they were managing my pain, so I'd feel more comfortable. So all the Thursday were okay, I was eating, okay. And this doctor came now. So in my bed, I'm just praying, I'm saying, oh Lord, I just hope that the next doctor that will come, I don't want the doctor to say this thing is impossible, because trust me, I don't want to leave this hospital with this thing in my stomach.
Abdomen.
In my abdomen. When the doctor came, the first thing I say, I have a cyst. I think he didn't tell you that part. And I tell the doctor, even if it is killing this thing inside my stomach, for you to take, because I can't take the pain anymore. I cannot take the pain anymore.
I think it's from then you and him got a connection. He was like,
so the doctor looked at me and he was like, you African? I say, yes. I just love how you're speaking. I like your accent. And I'm like, doc, I'm in
pain.
my...
Like, what you talk?
Like, damn, I'm in pain, man. I'm in pain. And the doctor looked at me. And there was this doc who came like around 2 o'clock asking me question. I was asleep and I was like, I think yes. And he was like, I know you don't remember me because you were in so much pain. You were sleepy and you couldn't recognize me. And when I finished telling the doctor about taking this thing out of my stomach, the man looked at me, abdomen, oh Jesus Christmas,
one time. I can
in my abdomen. And the doctor looked at me. Right, left, look at me and smile and say, man. He paused for a little bit. And in my mind I'm saying, Lord, I'm just praying you don't say it's impossible. I'm just praying you don't say that this thing should be drained. Lord, I'm just praying that everything goes accordingly. And he started like the way my doctor from before was. He started telling me the disadvantages of taking out the risk. The cyst, I mean. And I listened carefully and he say, the cyst can cause miscarriage. The cyst can cause complications.
Which is the same thing that the doctor said.
That the doctor was telling me from before. The cyst, and I'm like, okay, if it is the same thing, I'm just saying, if it is the same thing, why can't you just shut up? Tell me some water, please. My water was somewhere there, up there. I'm like, look at it up there. Where my towel is. Oh shoot, there's no. You can get me a next one. And I'm like, if it is the same thing that the doctors are saying, why not just kill the child one time and just, kill the child one time and just take out this cyst, because I am tired, I'm in pain. Listen, because this pain, I say I can't talk about labor pain. I'm only talking about the pain I know. This one was even more than cat pain,
Well, at that point, I can't say. I don't know how labor pain feel, but I understand.
I can't say that.
They don't feel good, so.
So the doctor say, but after I done finished talking all the crap, I call it crap. He made me smile and he say, don't worry, you are in good hand. This thing, I'm gonna take good care of it. And in my stomach, in my mind, I'm just saying, Lord, I think you had come already. You come now. And again, he explained it to you. And we talk.
When we were in the room?
When we were in the room before.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, saying the African is just like the accent, And when I started giving them the African names. And he took me to an observation room. I did the ultrasound. You wasn't there by then, you came after. And he say, girl, your cyst is 8 centimeters. Your placenta is weak. It's close. The thing is close to the baby, and I'm like, oh Lord, I hope we don't end up saying that this thing is gonna be impossible. And from there, I tell the doctor, Lord, even if the doctor touched my belly, you could feel the pain and you could see, especially down here, because it was on the left ovary. And the doctor was like, I need to take this thing as soon as possible because sometimes it kills. And when I heard the word kills, I was uncomfortable. I said, I want my fiancé up. I think you were called. Oh, like now it's between life and death, because I was told mine is very big. 8 centimeters is too big, and with my small body. And the doctor said, I have to book an appointment for you for surgery like tomorrow. When he went on his list, he said like he have the following day, which was on a Friday, well, like he had 3 surgeries to do. He said mine cannot go until weekend. He said it have to be as soon as possible. As soon as possible, which was the next day. He couldn't stay Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, no. He said, your sis, you don't have to stay long because this one is a risk. Because already you're not eating. And now I will give an instruction 24 hours of not eating.
But for me, they still do it before they were supposed to. But anyway.
So now the Friday, which this was supposed to be taken all morning, I'm okay. So now every doctor coming to check in, and you know, before they see, there will have to be a preparation. They insert something in your vagina, and you know.
The catheter.
The catheter. The what?
Catheter.
Yeah, they have to put like a catheter, and you know, I had an ex-patient who was there to insert the thing, and I hear when she was making this and saying, me? No. They have to numb my body for them to insert that thing in my vagina. And the doctors came, and now my surgery was supposed to go for 5 o'clock. And bam, 12 o'clock they came in. Before that they came in 11 o'clock, and I called, I said, babe, I was with my friend called Cynthia, I was with her on the phone. And she had everything that the doctor was telling me, that, you know, miss, you're going to get, because you're pregnant, you're going to be given epidural injections, which that one is in the spine. And I imagine in the spine, oh, like that's pain. If you imagine in the spine, I never get it, but that's pain. And they're going to start. Now she gave me more fear. Anxiety, let me say. And I called my friend and I started to cry. And when I called her, I started to cry. I thought she was going to be strong for me. I began to cry. She's like a sister to me. I started to cry. She ended up crying with me. So I'm like, but wait, who is going to help the other person here? So I tell her, if you crying, I crying, let's just hang up the phone, let me sleep, and bam, my fiancé called me. Babe, the dog died.
Okay, well, I went to deal with the dog when all of that was happening. Because he was sick for a while. He wasn't really eating or anything like that. And, you know, we look for food and you don't see he eat. But that's beyond the point. We're talking about the surgery and stuff. But the dog died. And let's just leave it as that.
The dog died, and my hubby called me, and I'm like, I called my hubby, I tell my hubby, so you mean I'm going to the surgery room when if you're not there, your mother is not there either, nobody is there for me, because now I'm a crying baby, I'm still a mama's girl though. So I call my hubby, I tell my hubby, of course my husband is always there with me on the ward, he's always there. But I'm like, why only this day? Even the doctors were like, why only this day he choose not to be available and he's always there?
Because something happened to
So I said, because something happened. And they say, why only, all of them say, why only this? And when the nurses came, they said the ward is ready for you. I tell the nurses, wait, let me call my fiancé. Let me call him fast, they have to be there. I ain't going in the thing by myself. And he say he's far away, but he's on his way coming. And I grab my phone, I call his mom. I say, I didn't even say hi, hello, how are you? How, you know, I grab the phone, I say, where are you? Come quick. You don't know, because of anxiety, you cannot switch off the phone properly, you cannot. I'm like, if I even call my bestie, the same lady who carried me to the hospital, and I tell her, girl, I'm supposed to go for the surgery, and I have anxiety, and she encouraged me, and you know, the more these people keep on encouraging me, the more I get depressed, I get frustrated. Because you know, the problem was, my partner was, the other patient was there, had already given me so much anxiety, and the nurses, you know.
Everybody experiences different.
Because you see them screaming. So, she had already talked to me, the other one was crying, so I can't even call her back because, you know, we're not helping each other. I'm like, I can't call her. We're helping each other. Even if I call her, she won't come back. Yeah. So I call the mother. I ask her, where are you? She tell me, I'm in my office, I'm coming. I think by then she went in the elevator when we were connecting. The phone hung up. I call again and ask her, where are you? Like a child. By then I tell the nurses, right? Listen, I ain't going in the water if my face is not here. So the mother came. I just wanted somebody to support me emotionally. Because no, I wasn't emotional. Because remember, I was prepared for 5 o'clock, but I wasn't prepared for 12 o'clock. Because these people just came in, bam! Listen, I was crying. I was bawling like tears. Now, I forget about the pain now. Is the anxiety. I forget about the pain now. Is the anxiety of going to the theater room. Because you don't know. I was told in the theater room, you don't have to worry about the surgery. You have to worry about waking up. So no, that was a game.
Yeah, they should have never tell you that.
That was another one.
They should have never tell you that.
So his mother came. She encouraged me. I cried. She comforted me emotionally. I cried. Thank God she didn't cry because she always cried. But that day she gave me more strength.
She had to be more strong.
She had to be more strong. And she said, she gonna say, I tell her, where are you gonna stay? You coming with me? And she asked the nurses, can I come? Yes, she said, yeah. The nurses said, yes, you can accompany us since you're the mother-in-law. And when we reached there, I say, I turned my back. I say, I want my fiancé. I tell her, I'm going to that room now. They don't call me in the first room, so they're supposed to. I say, I want my fiancé. Where is he? Now, she call you. She say, you tell her you coming. She's now confused more than the patient.
Mommy telling me. Let me tell Ayo. Let me tell Ayo what my mother tells me. Now, there's old X-ray down in the old hospital, and there's the new hospital that they built. And there's an X-ray, not X-ray, a theater up there, right? Mm-hmm. So she's like, oh, we in the day room.
She was confused.
And she was saying in annex. That's what she said. And when I went down to annex, I'm like, oh wait, annex is the old hospital where years on me.
So she called you, right? Her phone now is not working. The phone hung up now. She showed me. See the phone. See the phone. You know. She's giving me the phone, you know. At that point, I personally, I have anxiety. My hands are just going. I cannot press my phone. My phone have a password now. All of us have anxiety. Then she's telling her, go this way. If you come this way, go this way. She forgetting and she going that way. She going this way, she forgetting, she going this way. Because I insist I ain't going to the theater room without seeing my fiancé. And the other people are calling me. The doctor is calling me, they want me. And my fiancé come, we spent some time before I enter now the main room. And when you were going, I
I know she was going to be okay.
And my fiancé kept on encouraging me. I didn't want to, like even if they will allow him to come.
No.
Some people they don't allow.
And I had my work to do. First of all, I was on my job during all of this, guys. I had my 12-hour shift, running my linens and doing what I'm supposed to do for the hospital.
And you still have to look after
your wife. And I still have to come and see.
Check if the wife is okay.
I was stressed out that day. The dog died. She went into surgery. It was just too much.
And the doctors know that you have a fiancé, that you have a wife who is in the hospital. You're supposed to be there. At the same time, they need you at work. At the same time, you be. At some point, I fell for him. At some point, I'm like, listen, I need my fiancé. His job need him. The dog need him because the dog is also sick. So you're like one person in between. Even when the dog died, I cry. Now that one was a double tragedy. I go into the theater, the dog cried, get the message, which he wasn't supposed to tell me. That was like our family dog, even though I couldn't go close to him.
And he lived for a long time, from 2010.
It was 91 dog years.
From 2010 to 2023. That's a long time.
And now, guys, I went to the surgery room. That was a drama. Eh? You see them injections. I didn't get my first injection. Me and needles, we don't get along. Me and medicines, we don't get along. I cry, I do, and at long last.
You know, wait, first of all, I thought they would have put her to sleep. And hey, they didn't put her to sleep. I'm like, what?
What they did,
What are you saying?
they numb my body, and they say, because I'm pregnant, and because for the sake of the baby, the anesthesia switches the epidural thing.
No, the anesthesia would have put you to sleep.
No, they didn't want me to sleep because remember, yeah, they didn't want me to sleep fully, but
so they didn't give you anesthesia.
But they give me something that you feel like you want sleep, because I was sleeping and getting up, which I think the doctors wanted. But they say, for the sake of the baby, because they want to save the baby, they are going to do the epidural. Lord have mercy. The doctor wiped my back 5 times, and I'm like, that 5 times, how many injections you gonna put in there? The first one, the second one, Lord, the third one, the fourth one. I'm like, just do your thing. When you're done, leave me alone. And when they're done, all they numb down here, and they gave me the thing for the drip, which like, but I could hear what they're saying. Like they were saying, you have a pretty stomach, you have a pretty this, you see how big is your ovary is pretty, and when they take it out, but I couldn't see like cutting because they put the thing. Because I could hear if they were saying, you want her to see, they say, man, just take pictures, we're gonna show her. Like they couldn't let me see my stomach, how it looked like. Because I was even studying with the doctor, and the doctor was like, so you like me? You still gonna beat me with the sun when you see me? And I said, no, because when my husband left, I was cussing the doctors. God is watching you, you're going hell, you're going to say, I was cussing them like, why you are not letting him inside? I was like, God. I was like, listen, them doctors said they will never forget.
But I had trust them. Honestly, I did trust them with all my heart. I had a good conversation with Dr. McIntosh himself. Amazing doctor. And she gave him hell before that surgery. She know.
I think when I went to do my pap smear,
I think it's first, the pap smear.
I didn't know McIntosh is a man. So when I went, I was like, he's a man. Because I'm only used to one man to open my legs to one man. But I going to open my leg wide, and when I went and see somebody, I gave him hard time, and he tell me, I know you're not comfortable because it was my first time. So he tell me, go and think about it. If you think of coming back, you'll come back. If I ended up landing on his arm now.
Now you gotta do
this
surgery.
Time, I had no choice rather than open your foot.
Yeah, but
they did an amazing job.
They did really well.
You cannot know that I have a surgery. Even though I have pain, I cannot walk for long. I cannot stand for long. But right now I'm recovering.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get back into the system. But listen, that was hell. The cyst, I think up to now, they don't know what causes the cyst, but they say it will come. Mostly, it's common with pregnant women, but women. But when I try to find out, either it's like a growth that does come, like sometimes it comes small when you don't know.
Yeah.
Come to the ovaries or something.
And also, if you had did the pap smear, you would have probably catch it earlier. Some people have cysts and they don't know until they get pregnant. They probably have it all the time. When you get pregnant,
when the baby grows,
it starts to give problems.
The baby pushes it or it pushes itself.
Again, everything is for a reason. God is good all the time. And all the time, God is good.
At least now you can sleep. What I was happy,
I could finally sleep now.
What I was happy for is that they saved my pregnancy. The doctors them saved me at an early stage. Like, I didn't know I was gonna survive with them all things,
But life is a thing in here. I could just tell you.
My fiancé went through hell, but
you never know what to expect. honestly, I didn't expect none of that. And I was saying to myself, if I had known it was like this, I probably
Would have tell you.
I would have just keep away from Sharon. You know what? Hey, everything is for a reason, and baby number 2.
Yeah?
I want baby number 2.
You carrying baby
But
number 2? That was the agreement.
not right now.
No.
In the next 2 years or so.
This
So
one
time
alone.
would pass. A good amount of time would pass before.
They don't give me hell.
Yeah, but the first one, you know, as your first pregnancy, you didn't know what to expect.
I didn't know.
And your body had to get accustomed to carrying something foreign. Now the next time we can be like, oh, again, okay.
But I glad that
I think
you
it
know,
will be better the next time.
this one. I think this is the best experience for both of us. Since it's gonna be a first time dad.
I mean, I have taken care of people's kids before, so
But not
a
for
lot of
children.
people is telling me, oh, I know you're gonna be a really good father. I don't have no doubt that you're gonna be able to handle yourself. You can be a really good dad. And I'm like, thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I want to see
You
it
know.
into actions.
Don't worry, you can see it.
But I can say so
But
because
I
according
think
to
that's
him,
what that is.
he has been taking care of me. Even though my fiancé have no patience
Yeah,
this this time.
I doing counseling.
My fiancé have
That's one
no,
thing I
at
have
some
to
point he
say.
was telling me, why I'm tired, why you doing, especially you know, with pregnant women, there's some weird stuff they don't do.
Yeah.
For me, no.
Yeah.
I never like spit. But right now, I spitting like a crazy mad woman. Which my fiancé don't like. At the beginning, or like, especially when we are driving, I'm like, babe, one spit. And sometimes I will walk with the bottle of spit inside there like that.
And sometimes I'm like, babe, don't
Sometimes-
forget your spit cup.
Most of the time, and he used to quarrel, he used to argue, and I think
Yeah, like I know customer that now you start with the spit in there, all of a sudden, like,
Listen.
where
my fiancé had to go counseling for me spitting.
I have to go counseling for a lot of things. It's not just that alone. I had to
I
understand.
think he was told, expect that, and you know.
I had to go for the acceptance that I can be a father. I have to go for the acceptance that, you know,
She spits.
it's a lot of different things.
I spit. Sometimes I want to eat this, sometimes I don't. It's like,
It's not as bad as it is now because I understand it now. But before I was like, best. I wasn't eating, I was losing weight. It was bad.
my friends were losing
It
weight,
was
like,
bad for me. Honestly, I was like,
Like-
okay, I just have to be the worst couple days of my life because I just ain't ready for this.
my friends was stressed out, and especially for the time that I was sick
You know, like
and seeing me in the hospital. At some point, she was crying
I cry for the dog, you know.
for a doggy, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, he was family. He lived long.
If he crying in front of me, what am I supposed to be doing?
I cry for the dog, babe. I just
Like,
that's family. But anyway,
he has taken good care of me. I will say so. So I see him as a good father. He has been like,
even the
babe,
dog I take care of, so why not?
babe, are you okay? Babe, you eat. Sometimes he'll get upset if I don't eat. If I ask for something, he's gonna bring it and tell me, babe, don't worry, just tell me what you need. You know, even when I was at the hospital,
She didn't worry about bills. Oh, how the bills? Don't worry about the bills.
listen, I'm just living a VIP.
Like, do not worry about the bills. We can take care of that. Focus on getting better.
I wasn't at some point, okay, I was
You know what I
stressed
mean?
out before because, you know, that's not my life. I'm used to, you know, when you're used to
Yes.
getting your own thing,
And I understand.
that was a process for me.
And I understand. And she was even fighting. Like, Sharon, stop fighting. Relax. We can take care of stuff. Relax.
No, you know, sometimes you think, you know,
But
I'm
I
not married,
understand.
I'm supposed to be contributing something.
I
No, just
understand.
understand.
Yeah,
you.
I
I
understand.
understand you, you know.
I understand.
Okay, then.
But the thing is, we've been telling you this.
No, I understand, but again, you have to understand people, because no, we all, okay. Let's think, for instance, I am providing, you're not providing. At some point you'll think, man.
And I understand.
No.
This is what I keep saying.
Yes, even though you understand, okay, even though I will understand, but at the same time you feel like I should be helping out. I should be the one. Like, even if someone helps you, sometimes you feel like.
That is why I'm doing counseling.
Lord,
you notice a big change in everything that I've done. Everything that I've been doing, I have done differently than how I normally would have done it because I am doing counseling. I am a testament to tell anybody, if you having any sort of struggles in life, you could do counseling because it helps. It helps. And between the dark day and Sharon going into surgery, all that stuff, I still managed to keep it together until I was in the room. And I cried only because the dog died.
My fiancé was running.
You understand?
My fiancé was calling every time.
And I'm glad the phone on bill, so I ain't got tap up.
My fiancé was like, babe, I feel bad you're sleeping at the hospital, I sleeping home, I miss you. Babe, I just live there. Baby, you okay? You get the medication, you eat, make sure you drink water. Hey, before you leave, you make sure I had everything.
I would go down, make sure they call the kitchen, get her something to eat, hot water, whatever. Like, man.
I got a VIP treatment. I was in a VIP room. I was treated well because
she was in a room by herself.
Good room, not
just
a room.
It's like a hotel. All hospital rooms are like hotels.
Not just a hospital. I was in my room. Like, I could bring visitors and they sit and sleep.
Yeah, it had couches. Hey, listen.
I was like, because there's a staff there and all the nurses are like, is she okay? What else
Up
does
to
she
today,
need?
people asking me, how is Sharon? Is she okay?
Again,
how's she doing?
I am troublesome there. I wasn't giving them.
Yeah, all of them remember you. Trust me. They may forget. All of them remember you.
I was giving them hard time. Like, I don't like needles. So like, wait.
But she has to go back in again for the delivery. So here what? I have a whole plan. Yeah, I have a whole plan. So it can be nice. One to you.
Them nurses were saying. So right now you're scared. Guys, don't worry. It's like, because I still have the wound, I can't sit for long straight. I have to be leaning on my back. So the nurses were like, during the delivery, right? I see this woman going through labor pain and I'm like, so even when the nurse say, for you, you'll be jumping here like a frog. I'm like a frog? They say, yes, so how are you behaving with them needles and you still not way?
I mean, hey, when the time comes, God can take you through it. That's how I see it.
I just praying for a safe journey.
And I think it's going to be a safe delivery.
Right now I'm okay. I'm happy that they were able to take out the cyst and they check. So now it's up to me to play my part, to be checking every day, like, am I okay?
And Miss, what's your name? See, I don't even know what to give you. She want to walk before she's about to walk.
Listen, me?
I think within 2 to 3 days of the surgery, she will up and trying to walk.
One thing I hate. No. From the time the norm come, even when Bishop was there, I was trying to, and Bishop say, calm down, take it, don't move. Like, I don't like to stay in one place. That's just me. I don't feel like, I feel like my body's getting less because I'm not used to that life of sitting down. I'm like, get to go and get it, go and get it. We chasing the paper, we chasing the bag, But now here you lying down like how you don't call them people who cannot walk.
Hey, hell.
From the time I get my food, I was happy. I was like, hey, I could feel them. Hey, I was like, get me down. I went to the bathroom and the nurse said, you okay? I said, yes, I went to the bathroom. The nurse, when the nurse take out the catheter, I was off my bed. I was where? Off my bed to the bathroom. And by the time she see like that, the next morning, after she see me going to the bathroom, she tell me outside go do exercise. And I went outside, I walk, come back. She tell me you have to walk 3 times. I walk and come back, went, and you were like, oh. So I should pretend. I was like, if I say I can walk, I will be doing everything in my own back. They're like, you should be doing exercise, man. And when they saw that, they were like, we're discharging you tomorrow. I say, no, my doctor in here. So they were to discharge me on Sunday because I get the surgery on Friday. Saturday I started to walk.
That crazy?
And they see me walking and they say, man, tomorrow. And this Sunday they came, they're like, you going home today? And I'm like, no, my doctor said he's coming tomorrow to make sure everything is okay with the baby, you understand? And you know, I'm ready to go home. Yeah, all of them were like, you going home today, you going home today. And I'm like, no, because they could see me struggling to walk. Even when my friend come, they make sure, my fiancé also make sure, you know, at least I try to walk, not even long distance. I walking and he's in front of me so I don't fall down. But it's a great experience.
You have a few pictures and videos we could probably
We're going to put them there.
Yeah.
Our first ultrasound, second ultrasound, you know, the journey, how it has been when I went to the hospital. We're going to post them as the stories goes. Alright guys? But something I learned, I can't say, as again, people have been saying pregnancy come with its own difference. Because some people say, okay, when you get pregnancy, you get, some people they don't get that. So some people say, oh, I'll be strong. No, it came with its own. So even however much you say you're going to be physical, mentally, emotional prepared, it depends.
You never really prepared it.
You don't know what will happen. You don't know what will happen. Like for me, I never knew about the cyst. And now I know about the cyst. I could tell somebody about the cyst. You understand? And a lot of people didn't know about the cyst. Just a few of them. So everyone like, I never had that, you know. So like right now I can even help people about it. But what I learned, especially you have to be mentally and emotionally prepared for to deal with it.
And husbands or boyfriends, you have to be ready for anything that this woman can bring, because between her hormones and her emotions and her, it's just like wow.
I forget to tell you, at some point with this pain, my husband, my fiancé, sometimes when he going to work, he won't really tell me, babe, bye, because I'm used to, babe, bye, give me a kiss. I'll be sleeping thinking that maybe he's in the toilet, he's in the bathroom, or maybe he's in his bedding, only to realize that, you know, he went long time ago. He's like, maybe he's scared. When he wake me up, I'll be like, babe, pain, and he'll go to work feeling bad.
That's one. And two, me want to kiss because she says stupid.
At some point he was like, I'm like, really, I'm sleeping thinking that my happy is over there. Like, my pregnancy is so attached to him, to a point that I don't want to let him go. I don't want to let him be far away from me. Like, it's like, I just want to hug him.
Big.
Sometimes I just want to be with him. Most of the time, like,
I ain't gonna lie, this has brought us a little closer, a lot closer than before. A lot closer than before. And I believe that this child gonna be the cement between our relationship. Not just in the sense of, okay, we now both co-parenting, we both parents, but the relationship itself. Like, I feel like the child would help us to understand each other, in a sense. Hopefully it would minimize our arguments. I'm praying that she don't go back to that. You know, Sharon had headache, and it's just her personality, and again, I'm doing counseling, so I understanding how to deal with most of whatever she brings. So sometimes I'll just be like, you know what? I should go ahead and make she nice. I can't know what's up.
When she tells you to shut up about.
Yeah, so it's like, hey. Whereas before I would argue back and hyperventilate and my heart would be going boop, 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 boop. I want to hit her face, but then I know I can't hit her face, you know what I mean? So it's like, and being having anxiety is very tiring. It's very, I feel like your body just, it like it's killing you slowly. So if you have anxiety, get counseling. Find a really good counselor that you're comfortable with. And I ain't talking about somebody who's not trained. Find somebody who's a psychologist, somebody who could literally tell you, pinpoint and say, this is the problem. Not then you look at the overall picture. Oh, when your girlfriend doing this, just do this instead. No, they need to tell you straight up, okay, this is what triggered this.
Or this is how you deal with
This is how, you know, as she said, this is how you deal with this. Do the box breathing. And that's one of my favorites. So Sharon pissed me off now, she'll just do me like this.
No, like this.
So you breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, and do it until your mind is clear. You go back like what you were saying now?
That's like you ignoring me.
So
It's like you
yeah.
let she back when she start backing.
Yeah. So I mean it's been helping me, and I would recommend counseling for anybody. Counseling don't mean that you're crazy. I used to think I mean like you're crazy or you need help or you know, but it really does help. So I guess here ends the video. And that is our journey so far, because remember, I think we're still in the fourth. I think we're still in the first trimester, about to finish, about to end, and go on to the second trimester. So we're gonna update y'all again, probably with another story time. We probably may let some time go on, or we might just come with single videos. I don't know, but we will see as time go by. Hopefully nothing happened to her where she gets sick again, and then you know,
we're praying for the best.
I want to go.
Alright, that's it for now, guys. See you in the next video. Love you all. Bye.